Day 25 in the NBA playoffs 2012 has come to an end, as there was only one game, and it was at South Beach, Miami, as the Heat Pacers commenced their Game 5, as both teams have won 2 games apiece. Let's get started. Early going, Shane Battier was balling from the three-point line, making his first 3 three-pointers that he shot in the first quarter. And then LeBron would also take over the offense too. He also made a 3-pointer at the end of the first quarter to make the team go up by 6. LeBron and Battier were the leading scorers by the end of one with 9 points each, and the Pacers could only counter with 9 points from Danny Granger and not much production from the other guys. But in the second quarter, however, there was some fighting going on. There's a physicality going on, starting out with Tyler Hansbrough committing a hard foul on Udonis Haslem. It would be called a flagrant 1. Haslem would then shoot 2 free throws. And then that was it. That wasn't it. On the other side, this one, which I thought was a little more deliberate than the Hansbrough play, Udonis Haslem came up and double palm slap. I believe it's either Hansbrough or somebody else. I forget his name. It might have been him. I don't know. He slapped somebody, and it was just like a boom in the face. It was a flagrant 1. It could have been easily called a flagrant 2. I think it actually was, but there could be suspensions. There could be suspensions following that foul, and he might be suspended for a game 6. So Haslem will have to watch out for that, as that was a big foul that really could get him suspended, because the NBA is all up in that. If this was in the 90s, nobody would have really cared. It would have been just a regular foul. No harm done. Let's just keep going. And this is kind of why I hate today's NBA, because it's too overprotected. It's too sensitive sometimes, some fouls I can understand, like the Meta World Peace elbow to James Harden a month back. I understand that one. And this one was kind of deliberate too, but I think he was trying to block the ball as well. I know Udonis Haslem has an eye patch or a Band-Aid on his upper eye, but still, I think the NBA just needs to cut down on that altogether. But nevertheless, the game went on, and LeBron would make another buzzer-ending shot, and this time it was a dunk, and this would put the Heat up by 9 at halftime. And in the third quarter, things got really bad for the Pacers, as their star Danny Granger would pull an ankle sprain, and he would not be able to turn the rest of the game. The x-rays were negative, but his status for game 6 is questionable. Nobody knows what he's going to do. And it got worse since Granger left, as Dwayne Wade and LeBron once again outscored the Pacers by themselves the entire quarter, I believe, 27-17. Those two guys outscored Indiana once again. I felt like I was watching a repeat of Game 4. The Pacers tried to go inside, but it wasn't working like it was the first 3 games, and that's what I think happened. Their inside game was running flat, forcing them to shoot 3-point jumpers, and those weren't really falling at all, only shooting 28% on the day. So that really was a changer, and the Heat would end up blowing them out in the fourth quarter. And another bad thing happened, as David West would get injured, and now his status for Game 6 is questionable. So everything went from bad to really worse in the second half for Indiana, and now they're and this was the worst playoff loss in franchise history. Also to note, this was the highest field goal percentage the Miami Heat has shot in their postseason history at 61%. Damn. And most of the damage was done by LeBron and Wade, and also Shane Battier. But dang, the Heat were on it tonight. They were all over Indiana, and thus making the Pacers owner Larry Bird calling his own team soft. Ouch. I mean, I know they're a young team, but that's still a deliberate blow from a Hall of Famer and probably one of the greatest Celtics of all time, calling his own team that he owns soft. I mean, maybe it's telling it how it is. Dang, that is a deliberate shot to the face, and that can't be well to upping the Pacers' confidence for Game 6. And I think they're in deep trouble in Game 6. I don't think they're going to win it. And especially if Danny Granger and David West are not 100%, they need those two guys to win. Those two guys, when they were in, couldn't really deliver today anyway, but still, as Danny Granger would only end up with 10 points with 9 of them coming in the first quarter, meaning he only scored 1 point between the second and third quarter, and David West only got 10 points altogether. He couldn't get anything going. I mean, every time he would drive inside, they were missing it. You had Haslam, and you had the other guys blocking him. I think the Heat have found the blueprint to stop the Pacers' inside game, even without Chris Bosh. So it was real well, but the final score to this game was 115-83. Player of the day. Sorry about that. Sorry, that was a little disturbing. But anyway, player of the day was LeBron James at 30 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And that is it for today. Be sure to come back tomorrow for Game 6 of the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Boston Celtics, where the Celtics are hoping to end the series while Philly is hoping to get behind the home crowd and keep the series alive. Be sure to check back in. I'm out.